Hello, everyone. Happy President's Day here in the U.S. Got the day off work, but it's still the middle of winter, so not a lot else to do. Let's play some TM. I know I played 3 games yesterday in MSO, but you know what? Take the time when you've got it, right? So just jumping into a arena game here. We've got Lakes. Oh man, Lakes. Conspirators, Nomads, TT, Swarmlings. Pretty interesting setup where we've got uh, big building temple, so encourage you to build up early. Towns in round 5, but no big building tile. Um, so I threw in Conspirators. I just haven't seen them for a while, and they like to get both a stronghold and a temple up fairly quickly. I've kind of come around on that. I actually would rather see the temple first, but stronghold would be perfectly fine in this setup. Um, and they don't have any neighbors, so I think they're in a good position. But I do think Swarmlings are best here, so I'm gonna bid a couple more points on them, and then I'll probably jump to the Conspirators, who I'm pretty interested in playing. I also don't think I have a YouTube video on the Conspirators, so maybe we'll get one if we can get a win. Some good competition. Post K. I don't think I've played him, but Scoomy and Kodum I have. So it should be a fun one. And so some other thinking about starting positions. Swarmlings are pretty flexible on this map. They usually like H4 just because you're probably going to get Conspirators on H5, especially without red in the game. So you probably have those two, and they can kind of be friends down here. Nomads, D4 is pretty common, D7 is pretty common, and then you usually get one, either like one of these northern ones or maybe F4, G6. Any of these sort of 6 through the middle are like possible. Um, Brown is really good on lakes. TT, sort of no exception, probably starting on either B5 or D5, maybe both, and then could also, if they don't do both, could consider F6 or G4. The ordering is a little bit interesting here, and the Nomads get to place 2 dwellings after Time Travelers place both of theirs, which is pretty good for them. I'm going to jump over to Conspirators here. I don't actually know if they're the second best faction, but they're who I want to play. Um, but with no color neighbors on lakes there, they should be pretty solid. If we look at bonus tiles, it's an interesting one for Swarmlings because, the Spade is probably default the best bonus tile available. But the issue they're going to have is... Oh, never mind. The Temple's in round 2. So, yeah. So, they're going to take a Spade. I was going to say you don't have enough workers to build both a Temple and a Dwelling in round 1 as Swarmlings if you don't have any supplemental workers. Or, yeah, supplemental workers, but they don't need it. So, they'll just take the Spade, presumably, which means TT probably take... They could take Worker Power or Temp Ship, honestly. Temp Ship is nice because they could get two dwellings for 1 dig, either B5 to B4, and then they get A4, or D5 to D4 if Nomads aren't starting there, and then to G4, or even one of these two to the other one by going through G5. So that gives them some flexibility. So yeah, they'll probably take Temp Ship, which would leave Nomads with Worker Power and probably the front run on Double Dig. And I think as Conspirators here, you just take the 6 coins in preparation for trying to get both of these big buildings up in round 1, and you probably do the fire 1 or water 2 to fire 1 shift with the stronghold to get this single worker production. The more that I look at this round 1's a little dicey for Conspirators. You're kind of hoping maybe you can sneak single dig, or you're simply building a stronghold and passing early for round 2 double dig. But someone did come back on Conspirators, so now I kind of have to weigh my desire to play Conspirators versus value. I don't think Time Travelers are actually that bad here, but Nomads probably deserve to be bid down. Point or two. I mean, I guess the other thing with Nomads is you could build a stronghold, but I actually don't think, as much as I love stronghold Nomads, and especially on lakes, it's actually pretty good, but like, that's the thing with Time Travelers, though. If Nomads go stronghold, then Time Travelers probably have best shot at double dig, which would be really good. Because if you're Nomads, you don't want to go. You don't need double dig if you take Stronghold. Decisions. TT, you're gonna start on B5. You'll probably have Conspirators on C4, so you'll have a neighbor here. The problem is if Nomads start A5, or even if they start A7 and build a Stronghold, it's like very annoying. I'm gonna do one more on Conspirators here. Round 1 isn't everything, right, guys? Coming back. The other option is, should I just go one more on Swarmlings? Swarmlings, I mean, it's not an ideal track for Swarmlings. It's not bad. I think the real question is, as Conspirators, if you can get a dig as Conspirators in round 1, you can get C3, then you're not in such a bad spot. I know what not to bid on, Super. Swarmlings. Yeah. I'm kind of tempted to just take TT here. It's not a great track for TT is the thing. I mean, oh, you know what's interesting with TT is you might actually be interested in opening double temple. I didn't think about that. Which now makes me... I want to take Nomads. I'm taking Conspirator. I want to play Conspirators. I'll go one more. If this comes back, I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna do a point on Nomads. Because brown is so good on lakes, but yellow really is kind of annoying. Oh, actually, is it really more annoying than black? Yeah, it is more annoying than black. You're playing your first 2v2 game in 3 minutes, Super. Oh, man. Have fun. I haven't played 2v2 since Fatty and I did 2v2 stand-up comedy last year, apparently. Fatty ditched me for his brother. Understandable, frankly. I would do the same thing. Ditch me for Fatty's brother. You've heard so many bad things about lakes. Wonderful. I personally am not a big fan of lakes. I mean, it's like fine, but all right, I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna bid on Nomads here. All right, now I'm just taking TT. This is getting ridiculous. And I'm probably gonna open double temple because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for the track, which is what you're supposed to do as time travelers anyways. I'm gonna really hope that Nomads don't open Stronghold. Anyways, lakes, yeah. I mean, ooh. That's interesting. H6 Swarmlings. So I could pull the, I mean, maybe. There's a chance here I could pull the, what's it called? I can't play on his name. Oh, Claybo. The Claybo special here, which is you single dig, hard dig C3 as your first action. I'm now kind of tempted to take G4. I mean, this stretch is really nice for sure, but this access also seems really good. And now I'm guaranteed to get some action down here. So I think we're going to do that. I mean, we might get Nomads on G6, which will be a little annoying. But actually, with him going to F4, that at least means, which I actually didn't really care about. With him going to F4, it means that he can't get in both this area and this northern area. And if he does, so if he doesn't go up here, then I am going to be pretty tempted to try to take C3. It's possible Nomads open there first. But I'm going to take worker power now, not temp ship. Because if I don't have the opportunity to steal C3, then I'll probably just double temple. One thing that's nice about brown on this map is it's fairly flexible. I would be shocked if this isn't H5 from Conspirators. I mean, I guess it's like a little bit dangerous because Nomads could theoretically take G2. What color's bad on this map? Green. Green is by far the worst. Yeah. Whoa. F3. That is unexpected. What's up, Burris? Yeah, green's bad. I would say black is good. I mean, this is true always. Like, good with no color neighbors. But both blue and brown can really get in their way on this map. Red is also kind of dicey. Yellow's decent. I would say blue's not great on this map, actually. This map feels like it should be good for, like, mermaids, but it's actually kind of not. Yeah, Conspirators are pretty normal. They get 2 coins whenever they build a favor tile, and their stronghold also gives them a favor tile and allows them to swap out favor tiles. Nomads. So, like, I think in the long run, I am happy that Nomads went north, but it does mean that the C3 stretch now is tricky because even if I take C3, he might just steal B4, which kind of ruins the whole point. So I think I'm going to take worker power. I don't know. Yeah, time travelers use the other scoring. I'm wondering if also, I mean, I could also just take. I'm trying to decide if I would rather see Nomads on C3 or Conspirators. I think Nomads. I think I'm just supposed to take worker power here. It kind of feels like there's actually an argument for 6 coins if I'm planning on opening double temple. But I do wonder about the opportunity. There's still C3 still feels like potentially an interesting opportunity, but like not really. It would only be as if somehow I got C3 and the Nomads still didn't open Stronghold, which would be kind of surprising. I mean, I guess if I don't take, can't we just go west? Yeah, totally. I mean, that's the plan. I mean, this area is just so nice if you can get it. But yes, we can totally do these things. That we'll be going there eventually. I think I'm taking 6 coins and just opening double temple. I think that's what I'm doing. It does potentially give single dig to Conspirators, but that's okay. Maybe it gives them temp ship, which shouldn't don't really want to do that. I guess the Nomads might just take 6 coins. I'm taking 6 coins. Screw it. I have no idea if this is a good idea, but we're going to do it. Because I'm a slave to the track. Now, one thing that's nice here is, as time travelers, I get, for no good design reason that I can come up with, but it is the case, I'm just going to get a free worker from this fire cult, because I start with 2 fire for reasons that are completely unclear. So now what's interesting here is I want to see if Conspirators dig C3 with their first action. They didn't. I would have dug C3 with my first action if I were Conspirators, but I'm not playing them. So. Whoa. Nomads took a priest. Okay, so that means Nomads are probably opening Double Temple, I have to guess. Or sorry, not Double Temple, Stronghold. I'm opening Double Temple, but I think they're going to open Stronghold because, like, why else you take that priest? I mean, they want it Descent to Fire, that's why they're going to take it, but that means that they're not angling for any other spades, which leads me to believe they're opening Stronghold. And I guess they have the worker from Worker Power, so they can do it. And then they'll probably Stronghold E4. Pretty good for them. So actually, as Conspirators now, I wonder if you dig G2. Because you also are worried about Swarmlings taking H5. Or at least you should be. One thing that's interesting here is I might have the... I need to take workers. So I'll probably do that with my next action. So Conspirators can take double dig now. So I wonder if they forego the Stronghold to take double dig. I probably would if I were them. Just build a temple. Build another temple next round. That seems pretty good. Just dig C3, G2. Or maybe don't even build a temple. Just go 5 dwellings. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Could I be playing Conspirators doing this now? If I were Conspirators right here, I'd dig C3, G2, build H5, D3, finish the round with TP 5 dwellings, and then next round you build a temple. Maybe 2 temples. That seems pretty sexy. Alright, I need workers for this double temple. Man, now I wish I was playing Conspirators. Like I'd wanted to. Oh! Or not. Bonus dig, hard dig from the Swarmlings. Wow. That means he's going to have to do a 3 power to worker conversion just to build his Stronghold. That is aggressive. Wow. See, that was why it was so weird that the Conspirators didn't start on H5 to begin with. I guess he didn't have any idea he was actually going to get Temp Ship. And there's the Stronghold. Okay. This is actually very good for me because it slows down the Conspirators quite a bit. Gives me the opportunity to get more leech. So now one thing with time travelers is because they score so well on the track, econ favors are like that much better for them. So I'm pretty tempted to go double econ here. which in this case would be Fire 1, Earth 2, and then build a Sanctuary for a scoring favor of some sort in round 3, because I'll score it. Or actually, I mean, I could even do it next round, but that I won't have the workers for that. Oh, Priest of Fire. I was like, what did he just do? Okay. So there's that stronghold from the Swarmlings. I guess the other option that would actually be a little interesting here is Water 2. But the Swarmlings only have one more action, and then they're going to pass, and I would love that Spade tile. The Nomads have also probably one more action. The Conspirators have probably no more actions. So if I can get that Spade tile, that would be amazing. So let's see. Let's just check the tempo here really quickly. Well, here, I'm going to take Earth 2. I'm going to take Fire 1 no matter what. I know that. So let's just do that right now. And then we can figure out the other one in a second. Because the other option is I take Water 2 and then I use the step on Fire. I get an extra worker and then I can be a bit culty. Which, given that I'm going to have extra priests, is quite doable this game. Although it honestly might be a little overkill. I think it's probably just Earth 2. But I'm also thinking about the tempo. So Swarmlings are going to pass, most likely. I mean, he could theoretically take a power action, but I think it's pretty unlikely. I could also take Single Spade for G5, actually. Could be kind of interesting. Because if I take Earth 2, I'll have 3 workers next round. Would be wonderful to build 3 dwellings, G5, G6, F6. But I need 2 spades to do that. And they have to be, like, consecutive. Double dig doesn't work. I don't love Air 2 as time travelers wonderful because they get into some weird. If you build the stronghold, which admittedly I don't know if I'm going to build a stronghold this game, or at least not until much later, but they get into this weird power cycling thing where you don't want your power getting stuck in bolt 2. And so unless there's a lot of other power production, which I guess there are tiles, so maybe it's not so bad. But I think I'd rather just have the worker. Oh, nasty. Nasty, nasty Nomads. So I'm probably not getting this Spade tile, unfortunately. Well, let's see. Let's make sure I'm ready to pass. And so if I have the option, I will. And otherwise, yeah, that also too, Burris. Although I'm gonna have decent number of workers. But yeah, Fire 1, Earth 2 feels like a really nice economic opening here. Okay, Swarmlings do go ahead and pass. So if the Nomads don't pass, or for some reason pass onto something other than the Spade. Okay, cool. So now I can just pass for the Spade, and then I'll try to take single dig next round on G5, and I'll be able to build all 3 of these, which is perfect. And I have all those coins, which is the whole point of taking 6 coins. So this is perfect. Yeah. Go enjoy 2v2. It is always fun. Thanks. Um, what was I about to say? Yeah, Worker Earth 2 is good for double temple in general. Um, yeah, solid 50 VPs indeed. I mean, time travelers really are all about scoring a lot of points on the track because that's their entire thing. So you do often race out to a points lead, and then you're kind of hoping you can hold on at the end. So one thing actually that's super great here that I didn't even notice until right now is no one else built a temple last round, which means I'm the only one with priests, which means I can potentially send both these priests to cults for free. Enjoyed my Orin game yesterday. I haven't watched it back yet, but yeah, I mean Fickles just beat us. Like that was it was I wasn't upset with my game. He just played a really really beautiful Nomads game. Just got a couple really key pass tiles. I did love my opening. That was fun. I don't think I've ever opened 2 TPs 4 dwellings before. That was a new one. Getting both double dig and the workers action in round 1. That was fun. But yeah, that Nomads game was pretty, to say the least. I couldn't believe he dug that hex. I said it in the chat at the very end of the game. That brown hex, I was literally planning to double dig, hard dig that hex to carve out the space for my 3rd town, and he saw ahead and took it. Oh, jerk face. Oh, that's so annoying. Conspirators just took single dig. Oh. I really wanted that single dig. I wonder if Swarmlings will take double dig. Let's see. Because they could take double dig for F7, E7. I guess his issue is he also really wants to build a temple because it's a temple round. I mean, I could take double dig, but I don't even have anywhere to put the second dig. I guess I could double dig E4, but I'd have to build there because otherwise even advancing my ship doesn't really do anything in terms of giving me somewhere to go. I guess I could build if no one else. See, the thing that's interesting is at this point it doesn't look like anyone else is going to actually take double dig. So I'm wondering what I could do is I could dig build G5, advance my ship, and then double dig G6 plus turn I5 yellow, which is something that I could actually at least eventually use. Or F6 and then double dig D7 G6. Maybe I'll try to do that. Yeah, I've got the coins to advance my ship. No one took a priest action. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. And then we can still send 1 priest to a cult, which is not as good as sending 2 priests to a cult, but it's still good. And as long as the Swarmlings don't get any more leech, which I actually don't think they're going to, then no one's going to be able to take double dig. If I actually pull that off, that's actually amazing. G6 and D7, that would be really, really cool. And the Nomads are probably going to build a town. Um, but it won't give the Swarmlings any leech and won't give the Nomad... I guess it could give them if they took, like, the 2-key town. I still don't think they'd have enough. Earth 1 for the Conspirators. Swarmling's going to take Earth 1 too? Yeah. I don't really think I need Earth 1 this game. I think I'll be fine. Alright, so let's do a ship advance. This feels pretty good if I can pull this off. It's actually better than what I was originally planning on doing of just single digging G5, which is funny. Because I hadn't even considered it until single dig was off the table. Really, the only loss is I'm only putting 1 priest occult instead of 2, which does cost me a couple coins. But being on D7 is pretty nice. Because it gives me access to this stretch over here in the far west, which could be another town. If I can get to E8. I mean, the Swarmlings don't really want E8. They just kind of want a sanctuary town like this, so... Yeah, exactly. Build this dwelling and then take double dig, because no one can take it. No one has the power. I mean, unless the Nomads do something funky like take a power town right here. I mean, I guess the Conspirators could now upgrade next to them and give them enough, but if they don't, I'll be good, because he still only has 5 right now. So unless Conspirators upgrade C3 with this action, then my plan's going to work. Which, don't think they're doing. Teed is messaging me. What's up, Teed? Could you tell me why you chose 2 economic favors? Watch the stream. There you go. There's your answers. Okay. So, let's see. Swarmlings are 1 power short of the double dig. And have no way of getting any more power. Just making sure no one can steal this. Nomads are also 1 power short and have no way. Because after me, it's Nomads, so they'll be done. And then Swarmlings go after the Conspirators, but the Conspirators only have 1 worker. They have no way of doing anything. It would take a lot of convolutedness for the Swarmlings to be able to steal this double dig, so we're gonna go for it. Nomads take the coins. That makes a lot of sense. And now I'm safe. It worked. Huzzah. That's pretty cool, actually. I love double temple openings so much. So much fun. Why not G6 and F7 instead of D7? That's a fair question. let's think about the trade-offs. So f7. So I think the issue is that I want d7 to get access to this area over here. And actually, if I dig f7 now, quote, like, too early, I'll finish my town before I want to. I really want to finish the town in round 4. But if I have both of these dwellings built next round, and then I want to build a sanctuary for a scoring favor, which is what I want to do next round. I would have to either upgrade this, which is just wasteful, or I upgrade this and it would finish the town, and I don't want to do that. So I think all these together. Plus, if I don't build f7, I'm pretty sure the Swarmlings are going to come to me. And I'd rather have this be a 4-hex town than a 5-hex town. So that's what we're going to do. And we're actually going to build up here. And build this next round. It's not under threat, but this is giving me some better access, just in case. Because Conspirators passed on to temp ship, and no one else has shipping. Okay, cool. Yeah, being able to do that is, and get all the way to d7 this round is super cool. There go all the Earth ones. Yeah, d8. Yeah, I got lots of options now. Going forward, I can go this way and go this way. I got lots of browns that I can get to. Okay. I guess we'll send priests to water since there's a water reward coming up. That seems good. And then if the Nomads pass, I get to pass on to 6 coins, which would be amazing. Yeah, look at that. This is great. So this run, we're just going to build a sanctuary for water 1, which is really nice. It means I don't even have to send another priest to water to get this reward. And we'll build a dwelling. And we'll send a couple more priests to cults. If no one takes first priest to air, I will definitely do that. I don't expect that to get to me, but we'll see. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, they did take both of the priests. So that was the price of the double dig. That's okay. So now I guess maybe I just try to have a bit of a fast round. All right. Let's do this just in case. And I might be looking at like a double dig again next round, maybe. Could potentially do... Oh, never mind. I was going to say could do f7 if I need it, but now I don't. Can just build a TP on G5 here. Nomads take B4, so B5 is probably not happening. That's okay. Next question is, and the answer to this is usually yes. Should I take the coins action? I say usually yes because I don't know if I can pass on to double dig or pass on to the spade and get double dig. Might be better. Do I even need double dig? Actually, if I can pass first onto a single spade, I can take the coins action next round. And that might actually be better. Because with single dig, I can build D8, B8, E8, and I can finish my town. I don't think there's any way I'm going to finish 2 towns. Why 2 econ favors? I talked about it earlier, but when you open double temple, your economy is not great otherwise, so the econ favors can really help supplement that. And then also time travelers, particularly, a lot of their benefit comes from the track. Like that's where they score their points. And so the more stuff you have, the better you are, better positioned you are to be able to get the stuff from the track. And so economic favors, I would say, are like that much marginally better for them than for others. So that's why. Also, time travelers don't need to build that many dwellings to be successful. So missing Earth 1 isn't as big of a deal as it is for other factions. So yeah, just put it all together and the econ favors are great. Yeah, so this is going to be really cool now. So I'm going to open with the coins action. I'm going to use this bonus spade on D8 and I'll be able to build 3 dwellings. Maybe even I find another one on C8, which I'll score all those dwellings, and then I'll build a TP on G5 here to finish this town and score that because it's town scoring for me. And then I'm also going to be sitting on 5 priests, which is ridiculous, and I don't really know how I'm even supposed to be thinking about that. We could certainly send some of them to cults. There was really no reason for me to send any more this round, plus I wanted to go ahead and pass. But that's pretty funny, actually. That's the one kind of odd thing about double temple with time travelers is since they can't advance their digging, and especially in lakes where you don't need to like go to 3 shipping really fast, you do get these extra priests sitting around. All right, we haven't talked much about other folks. So Nomads obviously finished that town, took the 2 key town last round. They're well positioned to get another town here, although once they finish this town, I'm not exactly sure what they're doing or where they're going. They probably will either try to do like a bridge town situation like this, or maybe they try to come up here and do something up here. But either way, they're going to be sort of back to square one. They do have Earth 1, and he just built another temple for what I'm guessing is going to be Water 1. Yeah, so he's in a pretty good position. Just needs 1 more shipping. He's going to have coin problems, though. Yeah, D8, E8, B8. That's the plan for next round. Maybe C8 too, if we can swing it. I might ultimately need to dig like F9 or something. It depends if the Swarmlings come to E7 or not, or if they just go G7, H9. Like, they don't care that much about neighbors, so they might be more inclined to just not give me one. But we'll see. And then hopefully next round I can pass on to a scoring bonus tile of some sort. TPs would be great because I'm in round 5. I'm gonna want to build a bunch of TPs. Sadly, they're not 9-point TPs. They're only 6-point TPs, but that's okay. I guess something else I should think about is what town am I taking? I guess it's probably a cult town. I don't see much reason for it to be anything else. Aspirations of a town, I5 to I8. Yeah, I guess it's possible. Especially if I can get, if Swarmlings come to E7 and I don't have to waste any spades on like F9, then it feels possible. I'd have to get to, well, not necessarily. I was gonna say I could get 3 shipping, but I actually don't. I could go this way. It would have to come in the last round when I can use what will hopefully be at least 1, if not 2 Cold Spades from Earth on I5, and then go that way. Would have to be how it would happen. The problem with that is I'd want to build a bunch of TPs down there, and so I'd be doing it like out of order, but I mean, if it's the only option, I'll do it. But I might just try to stack up on TPs first and go just 2 towns. But we'll see. Conspirators did what? Built their stronghold, looks like. Yeah. And took Fire 1. Interesting. I guess there's no Water 1 for him. Swarmlings have to assume Swarmlings are interested in double dig. So we actually might get Swarmlings on either E7 or F7 because he's going to want to double dig and put one of those spades on I3 to finish this town, I would think. Well, actually, maybe not, because he might be trying to hold it until next round, because I'm the only one who's scoring towns this round. So yeah, I don't think a bunch of people are going to be finishing towns. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Swarms need workers for SA. Oh, you're right. I wasn't thinking about the sanctuary. That's a great point. So yeah, he's probably just doing that. Although he needs a dwelling too to use his TP action, unless he's just going to skip it. So it's probably a single dig and spending 2 priests as workers to build a dwelling so he can use his TP action, and then the sanctuary. So that single dig is probably going on either E7 or F7. In which case, then he's ultimately more likely to come to the other one, so this is good for me. Because then it's like, why bother waste a double dig on G7 if you have a Sanctuary and another dwelling already? Unless he gets some leech. So I gotta not build E8 yet. Because that would enable him to run away from me. E5 for Conspirators is interesting. Maybe he's thinking if he can make this town, then he can save that. He can save this in a Sanctuary town without need for a triple dig. But then he needs 2 bridges. I mean, I guess he does have power for one right now. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just take E1 and just get these, but is he out of dwellings? Oh, he's out of dwellings. Yeah, but he can build a TP. It's a little strange. Yeah, I feel like I would have not. I would have just done E1 and then eventually just planned on having to triple dig either E5, E3, or F2 to finish this town, or it just doesn't become a town. And frankly, I probably would have built a Sanctuary over doing both of those things. Because it's big building scoring. If he's going to ultimately need that structure. But maybe not. Alright, there's the Sanctuary. Oh, he got the... I didn't think about that. Swarmlings getting the power from his Air 1. So now he can take double dig. Okay, so now he probably will double dig G7, I would think. Unless he decides he'd prefer single dig. Oh. He's going to go for a town now. So I guess he decided that the town is worth... He's giving up the town round scoring is worth getting the 3 worker bonus so he can use those for his dwelling instead of having to spend 2 priests. I'm not sure I agree, but it's understandable. I get where he's coming from. It's definitely interesting. Okay, now that he took one of those cult towns, though, I want the other one. So we're gonna finish our town. Because otherwise the Nomads could have potentially taken the last one. Which would have been not great. So I'm going to build these 2 dwellings, and then we're going to send some priests to cults. We have to figure out what the optimal way to do that is. Yeah, so Conspirator's definitely going for this center town. Maybe he's going for 2 bridge towns. Nomads took the dwelling tile. So now I'm pretty tempted to pass soon. Although... I mean, not building these dwellings is just giving up points. So I don't really want to do that either. Let's see. I need to do... I have 1 extra priest. I need to, like, send a priest back. So I could either ship advance or do a single step. A single step on air is a worker, so maybe we'll do that. Ooh, I can probably get single dig for C8 this round. That's kind of cool. Unless Swarmlings take single over double, but that would be surprising. Oh. Maybe I'm aiming for double now. Let's see. How many power do I need to take double dig? 3? I think I can get that. 2. Yeah, if I do 2 priests to air, I could even do 2 priests to air and a priest to earth. Well, maybe not 2 priests to air. Definitely not 2 priests to air. Let's do 1. Feels like I may be able to lock in second place on air with just like 4 steps from 5 maybe. So that's good. Swarmlings have enough for double dig now though, so maybe they're... Well, no, because they don't have coins. So I think this is going to be single dig. Hey now, Conspirators switching to air 2. That's not very nice. Wait, did he just... Ooh. He just put back Earth 1. I don't think I care. Yeah, I guess that's true. If I was going to get double dig, I would probably go to I5. I need a little more power. Ah, that's what Swarmlings did. I missed that. He just went for 2 shipping to get to H9. So yeah, I could double dig I5. Honestly, the big issue down there is still going to be, like, I don't have any neighbors. So I'm wondering if the better option is to just double dig F9 and secure that. I'm also in this process stealing Earth, by the way, if that wasn't obvious. I'm going to send this last priest to Earth next round, which then, unless Nomads open with Earth 3, I will just claim it. I mean, I could even do it this round, but I think I'd rather send my very last priest on for 1 step on air for a worker. Are swarms going to... I mean, I've kind of been assuming swarms aren't going to connect because I don't think they'll get network points anyways, so it doesn't really seem worth it for them. And so therefore, I could get a neighbor once I get all the way to I8, but that would be it. So I guess I could get by with like 1... I just don't think it's worth it. It's so many digs. I just think I'm better off in investing in more, trying to score more TPs. Plus, I'm pretty sure swarms aren't coming to E7 now, so I kind of need F9 for the neighbor. So I think that's going to be the answer. Oh, I am going to get to pass on ship scoring. That's interesting. So maybe I don't need another worker. Maybe I should just claim. Earth, because then I want to use Priest next round for shipping to score points that way. Yeah. So we're going to do this. Do one. Do the last one. Puts it back in my supply. And then we'll double dig. That's not how I want to do that. Here we go. C8 and B9. And just stronghold. I like this better. Because, again, it gives me neighbor. I really want to build TPs next round. Next round's TP scoring, and I have very few hexes that have neighbors. I might get more if Conspirators come to E6, but it's not that high priority for them, and he could just stiff me just like Swarmlings have been. I think I'd much rather have this. And then I just dig C8 in the last, and finish the town in the last round, and so I can score the track, right? And so this round, we're going to build at least 2 TPs, ideally 3 TPs, and do a ship advance or 2. The third, whether or not I can do the third TP is really going to depend on whether or not Conspirators come to E6, I think. If they do, then I think I get to build it. If they don't, then I probably don't. Cointown for Nomads, which makes sense because he's got to advance his shipping a couple times to get wherever he wants to go for a third town. Like, I have to think he's probably looking at 2 ship advances and then either building E2 or digging C1 and then building a couple dwellings. He's got the Sandstorm also. Hooray, Leech. Really need Leech if I want to do everything I want to do this round. Because ship advances are expensive. The sad thing is I do think I will probably not be able to pass after Conspirators or Nomads, which means I won't get a scoring tile for the last round, but that's all right. Nice. Let's see, I've got 10, 11 right now. So if I can get another neighbor now, I actually do have enough. I guess I could like dig build F7 just to get a neighbor. It doesn't get me any points, so it's kind of an expensive way to do it, but I could. I have enough workers. We'll do the ship advances first and hope that Conspirators come to E6. kind of assumed this whole game. Oh my god. Swarmlings. Oh, with the T's. Doesn't actually build it. What are you waiting for, Scoomy? Oh, he's foreseeing the value of stalling this round in general. Don't leave it there too long, dude, or I'm going to take it from you. Well, I guess I can't because Double Dig's gone, but nice. More leech. Could ship to I8 and then dig, build, and upgrade. Yeah, that's true. I could do that. Actually, that might be better. I need one more leech, which I should get when E7 comes. Or when E7 or G7 gets upgraded. Yeah, I do kind of like that. That sort of keeps that southern town potentially alive because I can then put my 2 spades on I7 and C8 and then I just need 2 more. Maybe there's enough for that. Maybe. Stronghold might need like fire 2 or something, but oh, I guess I might be passing on the spade tile actually. It's a lot of coins, but it might be possible. Reasons you suck. Pushing too hard for towns that shouldn't materialize. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it. I mean, the interesting thing is the fact that I do have more spades coming in. There's also the network of it all, right? Like I've got 10 right now. Even if I don't get to I5, if I build C8 and all 3 of these, that's 14. That actually starts to become potentially competitive. I mean, Conspirators are also at 10. Probably are going to get to 14 or 15. But Nomads are only at 9. I mean, he's got a lot of resources. He's probably going to build at least 3 more this round. But, like, is he going to build 5 more structures for the end of the game? Maybe exactly 5, but that's still some network points. Some relative network points for me. If I do a hard ding and a build right here... the Swarmlings could stall me out of being able to build the TP is the only thing, which would be really annoying. I need one double leech, which I can get from their upgrade, which will come on G7 or E7, but he doesn't have to do it with this action. He could do a cult step with his priest first. I guess I could dig and not build. He doesn't have advanced digging, right? Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do. Yeah, so Conspirators did do what I was saying, right? So this dig on E5 was to enable both these towns to come to fruition, which actually worked for him. So he did avoid this triple dig at the expense of basically just a bridge. So I guess in the end it actually worked. He did have to build the sanctuary not in the scoring round, but maybe it was worth it. All right, ship advance for Swarmlings. So I guess he could still stall me out if he really wants to. I'm trying to decide if it's worth the risk or the benefit. I kind of think it's not, actually. I think I should just build this TP, and then if he gives me the leech, I can still build it. I can still build that down there, and except then I can't do it with a stronghold. Sup, EJ? Yeah, a little over an hour. To stall me out, though, he'd have to hard dig something with basically no benefit. That seems bad. So I think it's worth the risk. And if I have to pass, I have to pass. I mean, it's 3 points. Fast auction? Oh, I guess you're saying the game's been going quickly. Yeah, it has. Time travelers, yes. Yeah, I guess it's been going pretty quickly. The game, which is good. Ha! He gave me the leech. Oh, I see. No, it is not round 1. It's round 5. It was not fast auction, but it was a fairly fast auction. Lowercase f. All right. So I still don't know if this other town is going to come to fruition or not, but we'll see. If it does, great. If it doesn't, no big deal. So Nomads went the southern route here, which requires fewer resources for sure, because there's 2 natural yellows and a couple single digs that he can do, but does require him to get a bridge. I guess no one else really wants a bridge anymore now that Conspirators got both of theirs, so he's probably reasonably safe. Let's see what Swarmlings do here. Swarmlings built a dwelling. Built a dwelling on H2. Oh, so he might be going for... Maybe he thinks he can get a 3rd town. I'm not sure he has enough... Doesn't feel to me like he has enough workers, but we'll see. Alright, so I unfortunately have no choice but to pass, which does mean no pass tile in round 6, which is a little bit sad, but I scored this one fully right now. And this spade is actually pretty nice for me toward this potential goal of getting a 3rd town. So Swarmlings will have the ability to mess with me because I can't protect both C8 and I7. So we'll build C8 first. Well, actually, we'll probably take coins first. Well, maybe not. How much do we need them? Let's see. If I wanted to do everything I wanted to do, it would be 4 dwellings, which is 8, plus a stronghold, which is another 8, 16, and probably an expensive TP is 22. And I'll have 14 plus 4 right now is 18. So yeah, I do want the coins action. I mean, I guess there's towns too. I could take a coin town. Oh, there's not very many towns left anyways. Well, that's, and let's think, we also need to think about the stronghold produces 4 coins. So let's see, let's go back. We're at, and then workers, I need 1, 2, I need 4, and 4 is 8, and 2 is 10 plus 3 to do a hard dig, or I need to do it with a power action. So if I take like a worker town and a power town, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe? Let's see. What did we say? 14, 18. 4 more would be 22. I actually don't think I need to open with the coins action. I think protecting the hexes is more important. Plus, since Scoomy pasted, wow. Since Scoomy passed second, if I leave him the coins action, he'll probably take it, in which case, then I guarantee I get both my hexes and he doesn't mess with me. Because if I were Swarmlings right now, I would be looking at messing with my Browns hexes. I need 10 workers. I need 10 workers and 22 coins to do everything. I'm assuming I'm going to have to build an expensive TP. So we'll see. I'm pretty close. Well, I need 10 workers, 22 coins, and a spade. Actually, that is a good idea. I'm gonna... Well, no, that just increases his odds of... Can I score round 1 and round 6? Yeah, so the stronghold will score me some points, which is nice. Interesting. I didn't even think about this fact that Swarmlings had a cold spade. He put it on A9. Why? Why did you go to H2 if you also A9? I mean, I guess he does have Earth 1, so he wants to build dwellings. All right, so this is what we're going to do. To make sure that I'm maximizing resources, we're going to do this. Are Nomads going for 4 towns? No way he gets enough to do that. All right, we're going to build this town. We're going to take a power town so that I have all of this. And then the real question is, yeah, I guess I'm going to... No one else really wants or can even take double dig. Actually, I don't need double dig. So we're just going to do that. So now we'll build I7 and then I5. I need a workers action, I think. So I need 6, 7, 8, which is what I've got. Oh, I wasn't. You know what? I wasn't thinking about the fact that I need the town to make the town. It might be double dig after all, if I can afford it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I was counting the resources from both towns in what I could do. You just pass. Luckily, I think I'm going to win anyways. I guess it's between me and the Nomads probably, although the Nomads don't have a pass tile, which is nice. All right, let's build this stronghold since I know I want to do that. It's worth 5 points. I'm thinking about, like, should be sending priests to cults instead. Because I'm pretty sure this town is dead. Because I needed the 2 workers. I was counting the fact that I was going to get 2 workers from a town toward the total amount of resources that I would need, but I wasn't thinking about the fact that I needed, like, I have to finish the town before I can get those 2 workers. Unless... And Fire 2 is not a solution here because I need another dwelling anyways. And if I had a couple more coins, I could do it. I could do like a 3 power to worker conversion. But that doesn't work either. So, yeah, okay. Don't push for the town. That's not going to happen. So that instead means I should probably, like, see if I can take water, maybe? At least send priest to water. And then I can still probably compete on network. What are Nomads at? Nomads are at 13. Nomads never builds his bridge. It's funny. I guess he doesn't need it. He can finish this town down here without the bridge. All right, officially giving up on the town. Sadly, but realistically. In the end, who was it? I think it was Relentless talking about F9 and going to I5 instead. It might have actually worked. Although I didn't really have, like, the ordering of the upgrades last round was still going to be wonky. So I don't know if it actually would have worked out. But oh, here come all the friends now. All right, I'm going to take this workers action. Since Swarmlings went ahead and built Water 3, which is fine. I can potentially build a temple for, like, Fire 3 if I want to. Or I can just go to 15 network, which is probably what makes more sense. I'm only like 4 coins away from the town, but 4 coins is a lot. If somehow I could backwards convert this spade into 4 power for single dig, then I could do it. You should be allowed to do that, right? Oh man. So anyways, this has been a fun game. I would say a reminder that brown on lakes is very good. That round 2, for those of you who weren't here, was I think that was when it really accelerated in the right direction for me, when I was able to dig G5 with the bonus spade, advance ship, build F6, and then still, with my like 4th action of the round, grab double dig for G6 and D7 and get those dwellings out in round 2 after the double temple opening. That was really nice. And I think what ultimately won me the game. So close to this 3rd town. But tying for first on network is, I mean, I guess to get the town, I would have had to also tie for first on network. But tying for first on network is definitely not what I was expecting going into this game. So that's pretty cool. Definitely no way that Nomads can get to 16. He'll get to 15, so. Good shape. Oh man, the sun came out. Nice. Finish this up and go do some yard work. That's what you do when you have a holiday, right? What are conspirators trying to work out? How much stuff he can build? Oh, he does have 2 dwellings, so if he could figure out how to get both them down. He can. Oh, he can do it. He's connected on one ship, right? Yeah, just dig C7. So it'll be a three-way tie for first on network if he figures this out. He's got the resources. Can just hard dig C7. He has to use both of his priests as workers, but it's worth it. He doesn't have much better use for them. And he's on the dwelling scoring. Yeah, he should 100% do that. I don't know what he's waiting for. There he goes. Oh, if I just had a neighbor down there, I'd have it. I have enough coins now that if I could build a cheap TP as part of this town, I could do it. But alas. And Fire 2 won't save me either because I don't have a dwelling, so it has to be a TP. Oh, mean Swarmlings. I guess maybe he realized that he can beat Conspirators. Oh, wow. Nomads got up. Oh, he's just building TPs for points. I was like, where did all those points come from? Luckily, I have more cult points than him. And neither of us has a passing tile. He doesn't have air 1, so yeah. I won't beat him by a lot, but I will beat him. Alright, here's the official death of the town. Get a couple resource points. That's nice. Alright, there's the last dwelling for the Nomads. I guess I should technically... Oh, here, I can just dig and not build and see what the Nomads do. If he goes up on air, then it makes more sense for me to do a 3-power conversion and also go up on air with my priest. And if not, I'll use the priest as a worker. Good game, Scoomy. Do I like my master class on how to not play Swarms? I think you had to expect that Conspirators would have started on H5 and it kind of went weird from there. I'm not sure I would have done the hard dig that you did, but I get it. It's just such a big resource investment. And then you had to do a 3-power conversion to build the stronghold. Like, I wonder if just G3 I4 isn't easier. Also, Nomad stealing your 2 key. See you, Jay. Thanks. Let's see. Nomads did not go on my spot, so expected G5 Nomads. G6, you mean? Yeah, I was surprised by that. If Nomads, I was kind of ready for both. If Nomads had gone G6 or D7, then I was gonna try to double dig or single dig, hard dig. Like I had the opportunity to do it on C3 and do this northern thing, but once Nomads were here and they open Stronghold, it doesn't become worth it because even if you get C3, you probably lose B4. All right. Well, there we go. Pretty close in the end with Nomads. Um, oh, yeah. That'll be fun. I have no idea if. I was surprised, actually, that I got. Like, I didn't actually want to play goats in that game, but I just thought they were pretty clearly the best, and so I put them. It seems like it was only a few. I only had them a few points more valuable than others. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see in that one. Should be fun. We're doing for those of you who are watching, Scooby and I are chatting about. We're in a practice rough sort of game for uh, the Madness League coming up because the next iteration of the Madness League, which starts in like 10 days here, is going to include the Fire and Ice fan factions, the non-broken ones. So we wanted to do a couple practice games. All right, so there's that. Ends up with an 8-point win. Brown on Lakes continues to be strong. I think I already have a TT game on the YouTube, but maybe I'll throw this one up because I think it's a pretty good example of double temple time travelers and how you can use that with shipping. So shipping and playing a little bit culty. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. Happy President's Day for those in the U.S. See y'all later.